How's it going, everybody? I'm out here once again, Captain Jack's. It's close to my house, so we high gas prices, a cheap place to come ride. So I'm sorry for all the videos out here, but it is what it is. We might get rained on, we might not, might get held on. It's pretty nasty in the mountains facing west. We're facing east right now. It was weird. I came across a suspicious vehicle and it was there for like 3 or 4 weeks. Same spot, ratty old piece of shit, PT Cruiser. I'm like, huh. So anyways, yeah, I came across this vehicle. It was strange. So contact the ranger I know, give me an email. I'm like, hey John, weird vehicle, here's pictures, here's the plate, here's the VIN, this is the location. And of course I get a thing back that's like, I'm on my annual leave. I'm like, ah. So being the guy that, you know, I like to figure things out and see how things work, I go ahead and try to contact the El Paso County Sheriff. I finally get a hold of a live person. She's like, let me transfer you to the dispatch, and it just goes right back to a menu, like a menu system I had been in. I'm like, okay, forget this, you know, whatever. They can't transfer me, and it was hard to even figure out, well, what number to press. I mean, somebody would be dead before they get a hold. They'd say, well, call 911, but I don't know, you know. Seems kind of it still should be, even for a county sheriff, should be easy to get a hold of somebody and have a live person direct your call. I don't know why we wouldn't spend money on that, right? Especially county sheriff should be 24/7. A person working just to direct calls. So anyways, also I should state that John's email back to me is like, contact this Samantha or this Earl guy, but it doesn't give any contact information. I guess assuming whoever's contacting him would know who that is and would have their contact information. So that was kind of, I thought, fail. Like, I don't. So at the end of the day, I ended up Googling this Earl guy, his first and last name, and came across a government list with email addresses. Of course, they could be old email addresses, or, you know, or current. You don't really know. I'm like, okay, last chance, I guess. Otherwise, the guy, when he gets back from vacation, will go ahead and look into it, right? If the vehicle's still there in another, I think 3 days, 4 days, then obviously it's been there for quite a long time. So I go ahead and send Earl. Oop. One more, thank you. I go ahead and send this Earl guy, forward him the email with the pictures and say, hey, I guess John's out of town, blah, blah, blah. You know, and don't get a bounce back. So I'm like, okay, that's hopeful. And so I hear from Earl that night. I didn't know until the next morning, until today, but he said, he's like, hey, we know about the car, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, basically. Okay, but my main contact, John, he's like, he responds back, so he must check his email while on vacation. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know he would. Didn't say he would have limited email, just that he was on his annual leave, right? I can tell you, my father, working for the federal government, never checked anything when he was on vacation. When he was on vacation, he was on vacation. He's like, they know where I went. They can send some people to our place and get me if they really need me that bad. So, you know, obviously, my father was a very hard worker, a government employee, worked his way up. So, but he didn't kiss ass either. So, anyways, John gets back to me. He's like, hey, yeah, Earl, look at this, and hey, by the way, Mark, Earl's copied onto this, and Earl, this is Mark. He's one of my informants. I'm thinking, wow, he makes it always sound like I'm like this, you know, informant, like snitch on. Like, I just find stolen stuff, abandoned campers, you know, garbage in the middle of nowhere, maybe a fire going, right? Hopefully, I never find a body or something like that. But John always introduces me as his informant, and so anyways, I got introduced. So now I guess I'm on the radar of 2 Leo Rangers for the Pike Peaks National Forest. So kind of cool. It's good to know people. You know, you never know when something happens, and you have somebody directly you can go to. But I guess the vehicle they know about it. He said, hey, I want to send somebody up there, tag it today, or tomorrow, which is today for me, and that way, you know, there'll be an orange sticker on it or whatever, and that way, you know, people won't call on it, which is very hard to do. So I doubt they got too many calls. I doubt the El Paso County Sheriff's Office got too many calls, and John's been gone, so he didn't know about it at all. So. But yeah, I was introduced, and he told Earl, you know, that this guy rides motorcycles a lot, so he sees and hears things. So it's pretty cool, you know. But if you know me personally, you know, like, I've always made it a goal to have connections, whether it's those type of connections or with companies. It's why I can reach out to companies and be like, hey, I'm putting on an event. We're gonna have 150 riders. Will you, oop. You're good. There's one more guy. Thank you. You know, we're gonna have 150 riders. Hey, you know, can you donate some swag? Can you donate a prize for a door prize, or an auction item, a high-end auction item, so we can auction off and raise more money? You know, so just, it's good to know people. That's my tip of the day at the end of this long story, is get to know people. It's good. You never know. It's about who you know, not what you know, as they always say. Have a good one. Bye.